So you spoke about a new hot TV show coming out here pretty soon, in the wrestling realm called the CYN, right?
Ah,
You were
yes.
talking about that.
I was
Yes.
wondering what you were
Well,
talking about. I said I was talking about a hot TV show.
yeah. So the CYN coming to a television near you, or more than likely like a Roku app of some sort. But they just posted their rules and regulations. There are rules and regulations now to control your narrative. Would you like to hear them?
I would love to hear the rules that you if that I have to abide by a set of rules to control my own narrative. Yes, tell me how
Right.
this works.
Yes. Yes. So to control your narrative, you must abide by these rules. Now, sanctioned matches, in quotes, will take place at all hashtag CYN live events and will adhere to the standard hashtag professional wrestling rule book. So there are rules within your narrative. There are rules set forth upon you by an outside body that you have to abide by to control your personal narrative. Okay, that's how this is going to work.
Is vaccination included in these rules?
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
So hashtag CYN will be officiated by a well-trained and state certified team of officials in quotations. Okay.
Hmm.
So the first rule, JD,
Yes.
you are in control.
Oh.
That's the first rule.
Oh.
Not the sanctioning body that put all those rules upon you.
But I'm in
You are
control.
you are now in control so
I
long as you stay within the rules.
That is a conundrum.
Yeah. Okay. Now, rule number 2. You are in control.
Okay.
Exclamation point. All caps.
So rule number 1 is like rule number 2.
Yes.
Okay. Like Fight Club.
Basically, but less cool.
Ah.
Okay. Rule number 3. Fights end when you tap out, get knocked out, can't stand, or quit. Sanctioned matches can end via pinfall.
What?
Exactly. So so when it's a fight, it's just tap out, knockout, stand, or quit. But when it's a sanctioned match, it can end via pinfall. What they don't explain here is a fight sanctioned by all of these rules, or is a fight no rules? I don't know. But a fight can end tap out, knockout, can't stand or quit. Sanctioned matches end in pinfall.
Okay.
Fourth rule: standard professional wrestling rules apply for sanctioned matches. Chaos ensues in the project pit.
The hell is a project pit?
No fucking clue.
Continue.
I I don't know that they even know, to be honest with you. Okay. Fifth rule: no hashtag superkicks, no hashtag tope suicidas, and no hashtag Canadian destroyers. So Petey Williams uninvited.
Aren't I in control of my own narrative?
You're in control of your narrative as long as you are within the narrative's control of your rules.
Didn't they have? Isn't Flip Gordon working shows for them?
Yes, but he can't do super kicks, topes, or destroyers.
Oh, so we're only doing moves EC3 can do or take. Gotcha.
Essentially,
So if
yeah.
I throw a
You can
super
only do.
wait, if
Go
I
ahead.
throw a super kick, am I disqualified? Because that is not a standard professional
Well,
wrestling rule.
well, that's not within the narrative guidelines, right? You can only narrate your narrative inside the narrative of their narrative
But it
rules.
says standard professional wrestling rules apply. That's not a standard. Okay, I'm sorry. This is like Bill Watson's stupid shit with throwing people over the top rope. Continue.
Right. Okay. Sixth rule: the fight isn't with your opponent; it's with yourself, JD. It's with
I
yourself.
thought wrestling the Invisible Man was bad.
So when you're in there in your narrative, you must fight yourself.
Do I have to have matches with myself? Like, okay.
Seventh rule: fights will go on as long as they have to.
Oh
Have
God.
to. Hold on. Fights will go on as long as they have to. TOO. By the way.
Have
Uh,
to have also.
yeah, yeah.
Fights will go as
Sanction.
long as they have also what?
Right. Sanction matches hit their times. So they will not go Skrull and Okada, although Skrull could probably pop up on this fucking show.
Ooh, I got a hunch. I got a hunch. Old Party Marty is going to be here very shortly.
Yeah, yeah. So in the fights are real, but in kayfabe you got to keep your time cues. You can't go over your time limit. So
These fights are real, but don't go over your time limit. So again, you're not in control of your narrative.
no.
If my narrative
Eighth,
says I want to wrestle for an hour and a half, I cannot actually do that. So therefore, I am not in control of my narrative. You are in control of my narrative.
right.
Got it.
Eighth rule. Speaking of controlling your narrative, the eighth rule: if you want to control your narrative, you have to fight. Now, I assume that
What?
that means unless you're in a sanctioned match, which is not a fight, it's a match. But if you're there, you have to fight. So maybe they won't have any matches.
What? Okay,
Exactly.
dude. This is so convoluted and complicated. How do they make pro wrestling more complicated? Continue.
That those are the rules, JD.
Dude,
So
I want every show to start with EC3 in the center of the ring reading these rules in his voice with his weird pauses, and I want to watch the crowd.
yeah, you. So it doesn't really talk about vaccination, but I heard that EC3 is not a fan of sticky needles in his body. So I don't think they're gonna.
I
He
don't
doesn't want to
believe
put.
you, Michael. I
He
don't
doesn't want to
believe that.
put. He doesn't want to put any foreign substances in his body whatsoever, especially via a needle. So
Fascinating.
he's not. He's not into that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or maybe when you get your COVID shot, it's in the arm. Maybe he has an issue with needles in the arm. So maybe if they gave him a COVID shot in the glute, maybe that's more his style.
It's that. I don't know, insert joke about like microchips and vaccines or something like that. Cause I'm still trying to process. I'm still trying to process these rules. Like, are you a heel in CYN if you throw super kicks? Like, is that going to get you booed?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. We have to watch one of these shows, man. We absolutely have to. So wait, we've had 3 shows and they just released the rules?
Yeah. They just now decided on a rule set.
Oh. Usually it's kind of backwards. Usually you have the rules before the show starts.
Yeah, so Flip Gordon is on this deal, huh? And then looks like Vincent is also on it. Vincent from Impact, and then fucking Fandango is there too.
I mean, good for them for getting work. I hope. Is there money behind this? I mean, do they have a backer?
I don't know this for a fact. I just know it's true. I think EC3 comes from family money, not Dixie Carter money. Like that was storyline. I just think that his family has money. I think that's my thing. I think that he does.
So he's putting his own money into this, huh?
I don't know. I'm making shit up, but I'll
take it.
That might be true. Yeah.
Well, it's funny too because we're doing an Impact podcast. Jerry and Jeff Jarrett were smart enough not to use their own money when they started Impact.
Yeah, they went and hustled the Health South guy,
who was in fact hustling other people and went to jail. So, God, I love pro wrestling. It's so scuzzy.
Yeah, it's literally the worst business to get into.
And then you have these rules.
One of WWE's main business partners, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, just killed 81 people
publicly. They didn't just kill them; they did it for an audience.
Yeah, and now WWE will be headed back there soon. Crazy.
The what?
They're going to be headed back there soon for an event.
Yes, they will. Lots of people will be headed back there.
Yeah. Oh man, we're getting kicked off the air.
Oh, good. Garrett's gonna be pissed at us this week. It's a great play on words. First of all, CYN. I keep getting confused with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. These shows are going to be an absolute disaster. I cannot wait. This is going to be up there with like UWF and like Wrestling Society X of just moments where like, what the hell am I watching? I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Man, I wish Herb Abrams was alive to help produce this.